This video is brought to you by Currently. Save time by skipping the wait at a charging station. Currently delivers charging to your car, your home, the office, wherever you want it. Download the app and use promo code OUTOFSPEC and get 30 days of free charging delivery. Hello, good morning, and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. Welcome to the iWays U5 and welcome to Stuttgart, Germany. I'm up early this morning because we are headed to an electric car meetup just outside of Stuttgart. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people are driving in Germany, what the mix between Teslas and non-Teslas will be. It's a totally different market than the US. I want to meet with some owners. I want to see some cars. So what do you say we hop in the iWays, see how far we're headed, and then we'll go to this electric meetup. We have this very loud fan above the car here in this parking garage at our hotel, but let's jump inside. This is a super nice car. I've really enjoyed the interior of it. The driving of it, well, you'll have to wait for the review. It's not as nice as it looks on the inside, but you can see really spacious car, big sunroof. For the money, it seems to be a pretty good option. Let's set the climate control. What do we have? 26% state of charge, says 82 kilometers. I believe the meetup is at a charging station, so I'm hoping I can charge this up while I'm there. But worst case, plenty of charging anywhere really in Germany. You don't even have to think about it. You just pull off a motorway rest stop and there's chargers right there. So buckled up, we'll put this thing into drive. As soon as we get outside and we get GPS reception, I'll put in the address as to where we're headed. I think it's a town called Muir or something like this. And then we will go. Really looking forward to this. I know I'm going the wrong way right now, but it's 8:56 in the morning, relatively early. Tight parking garages here. This is why no one drives massive cars. Look at this room we're working with back over here. Good turning radius in this though. I'll throw in the ticket that I've just paid for overnight parking. And then we will head out of the city to this, I believe, Tesla supercharger. I'm not sure if it's an open one or not. And then we can go. So ticket in, there we go. It says thanks. I don't actually know what it says, but it opened the gate, so I'm saying thanks. Full throttle, wheel speed or wheel spin. Let's go. Haven't had my Starbucks in a while. They have strawberry acai, just made it to Germany. Oh my goodness, the throttle delay here is just crazy. You can come. And yeah, just an insane amount of throttle delay in this car. When you're driving in eco mode, you can change this, of course. But here we go. Full send, baby. Here we go then, heading out. We have 27 kilometers to go to get to this electric meetup. Porsche 911, they're everywhere here. They're all company cars. It's kind of cool. 25% state of charge again, 80 kilometers in the tank according to the Gesso-meter. So we are going to figure out charging either at the event or afterwards. Yeah, got a full day today, but really looking forward to starting it off. We got back to the hotel at about 3:30 a.m. from a party last night down in Lake Constance. So the little iWays has been driving all over for us. There we go. Come on, the delay. Let's go. And yeah, been really not a terrible road tripper considering the specs. 90 kilowatt peak DC fast charging. I think we've seen 93, 94, something like that on average peak. But it's really not been so bad. And here we are driving next to a train. Super cool. Beautiful morning for a cruise down outside of the city. Couple exits down the highway. Absolutely gorgeous here. Cornfields. Feels like home, doesn't it? And we are just exiting here at the Ausfahrt. Hard not to laugh at the exit names around here. And I just received a message from one of my friends who's arriving, Christoph. He said it was hard to park with so many Teslas around. So I am really looking forward to seeing a little bit of this mayhem. I have no idea what to expect. Could be a tiny parking lot or a big meet. I just know one of our viewers reached out on Instagram and said he would be there and I should come. And well, here I am on my way. We have just arrived. I passed some Teslas in this little stand and wow, this is like a legit event. Okay, this will be pretty cool. A bunch of Tesla vehicles, of course, parked all around. We passed some on the walk over this way already. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what we can find. Here is my friend Christoph's Taycan. Looks really good. Sort of the base car, no sunroof, typical vehicle there. He Yeah, loves that thing and was very involved in the Taycan project early on. Great guy. You can see Tesla over here, Tesla over here. The party's all the way down the street. I had to park so far away. Parking is tight in Europe. Oh, this guy's from Switzerland. Very cool. Oh, another Tesla over here. Oh my goodness, this is looking pretty good. Interesting spoiler on this. It'll be interesting to see all the modifications in Europe as to how they're different. This one's on KW suspension if you look over here at that badge. So yeah, let's see what else we can find. You join me now over here at the Tesla supercharger where someone is icing a spot, of course, but you can see a nice early Model X midnight silver on the 22-inch wheels. Lots of tastefully modded Model 3s. I'm not sure this is one of them. And you can see over here we have Model Y, Model 3. We've seen mostly Shanghai Model Ys here, but I'm sure we could find the Giga Berlin. Really nice modifications. It's a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I think 12 stall version 3 supercharger, which is just really nice to see in this little town. There's a whole bunch of Tesla service shops around here. I believe that's who's hosting the event. For example, this is a shop where you can get paint protection film or some sort of wrap job done if you wanted to. Very convenient that they have a Tesla supercharger here. And then there's a whole like wheel shop over here we should definitely go check out. We have every Tesla has a little bit of modification. This blue one is stock, but look at this Model Y. This looks pretty cool. Nicely lowered side skirts right here, looks nice. The same color as my friend Drew's Model 3. He's got the small license plate, that's pretty cool. Nice wheels on this particular Model 3 with the black roof wrap. There's a Milwaukee truck over here. That's a very expensive truck. You can actually see this one says defect on these chargers this way. And of course, one of my favorite cars is here. It's a Renault Twizy, and we got to talk to these guys and see what's going on with this. We can also see perhaps a little bit of Model 3 lighting modifications, very Mercedes EQS style that they're advertising here. That's really quite an interesting approach. Nice to see because the Model 3 is really quite a normal car. Good to see some modifications. The Twizy, a little welcome briefing of some kind. I didn't join because I couldn't understand a word they were saying anyway. Really nice looking lowered A6 wagon. That's not part of the event. And then just Teslas and everything lining the street going this way. A little Zoe, an MG ZS, some more Teslas up over there. Time to do some more exploring. So we've just come through the entrance. We got our wristbands. Christoph, you got your wristband? There we go, very nice. And take a look at this, super interesting things. We have a really cool looking wrap on the Model Y. This might be an interesting style to take inspiration from for our Rivian wrap. I really like this. I think this is quite new and technical and really cool. And look at this solar panel. Holy smokes. It's like a flower. Oh, it is. It's called a smart flower, and it's hooked up to some power walls, which looks really cool. So you have 3 power walls, your junction box, and then even here connected is this Smart Fox Pro charger that's charged 0 kilowatt hours. Okay, so maybe just a display then, but this is really quite an interesting situation. And I imagine the flower bit can move. It looks like it can tilt all around. So that's really interesting. You have a JBL speaker here of some kind. I don't think electric vehicles over here, but some wheels, some Teslas in the service shop here you can see getting worked on. This is kind of a cool vibe. It reminds me a little bit of like a JDM car culture situation. This is the new Renault Megane E-Tech, which I've actually never seen in person before. This looks hot. Wow. Stellantis might have something here. This is pretty interesting looking. Never seen one. Wow, I really should try and reach out to review one while we're here this trip. Look at that interior, really nice. Some lane departure, you're at 78% state of charge, 286 kilometers. But I don't know how the car's been driven, of course. Nice interior materials. That looks really quite interesting. Nice shape. Love the back end of this. Big wheels make it look pretty tidy. Another Tesla supercharger over here, except not. So this is really interesting. It's the shell of a supercharger with a Type 2 connection here. So someone must have taken the supercharger and I don't know, the cable was plugged into that charger just along the way. And then they have the dispenser right here. really interesting. And then of course you have this electric scooter, which is awesome, electric motorcycles, KW, which makes some of the best suspension components, of course. And so this is really interesting to see all the different chassis setups that they have for different models. So nice to see this sort of display. They have control modules for active dampers. So you can see a little bit of connection points here for something like this. You can see plug and play. You can really fine tune your suspension with things like this. So we have some KW suspension going on to our Model 3 here in the next few weeks once we're back in the US. Really looking forward to this. I hear they actually just made a suspension system for our Sprinter, so I think that's going to be pretty useful. And then we have some Edelweiss wheels. These look really nice. Love this Pilot Sport 5 look right here. And this is a pretty good looking tire. Maybe a bit intricate for my liking, but definitely not bad. And it's just starting. More people are arriving by the minute. Whole bunch of different wheel designs, styles, finishes. Really quite an interesting thing. Oh, the dogs have arrived. Nice, over by the Twizy. Gotta love that. I hear a drone up in the sky. Oh my goodness, another parking lot full of Teslas. Okay, we must go check that out. Look at this plug-in hybrid wagon though. Holy smokes, that looks really great. Before BMW went crazy with the big wheels. That's great. Get this car out of here. Thank you. There we go. That's what we want to see. That is hot. Love seeing the Tesla culture here. Everyone's getting chassis changes, upgraded suspension, upgraded wheels, all here on the lifts, modifying cars one after another. There's a line of upgrades to come. If we just walk over this way, let's go take a look over in this other parking lot to see what kind of modified cars we have. I can already see this totally blacked out Model 3 on chrome wheels, which looks pretty nice, I have to say. There's a EQS in two-tone that's just rolled up. I'm not sure if that's a factory color here, but it's definitely not in the US. That's really quite interesting. A diesel Golf going by. Love this wagon. This is really quite nice, but this really is something really nice looking. Of course, you can see a change to the front end over here, just a bit of this air splitter action going on. Looks great. Never seen this one before, this accent around the autopilot camera. That's pretty interesting, really nice looking. Of course, you got to have white seats in a Tesla in my opinion, so this looks nice. Here's their Instagram, Sick Tesla. Very cool, so give them a follow if you're interested. This is really coming out nice. Skoda Enyaq rolling up just over here. Great to see all the different EVs. Yellow Model 3 Performance with, I'm not sure which plates, perhaps Swiss plates on these. These look great. Wow, look at this Model Y, totally on air suspension. Looks amazing in this wrap. Again, maybe another wrap to take inspiration from with the R1T. Another modified Model Y. This seems to be all the rage here in Europe. Just, you know, sort of personalizing Teslas. Similar in the US and California culture, of course, we've seen this. This one's got the racks on the top, which looks great, really sitting low on the ground. And then just a sea of Teslas over here. We saw this car earlier on. Everything looks pretty incredible. Really cool stuff. I guess we'll continue on to see what else we can find. An Energica coming up over here. This looks really nice, good looking bike. We also, of course, saw the other Energica this way. Really cool to see. I wonder if this is an electric smart car. More Teslas filtering in down below. Here comes another one, silently. And here comes the Pirelli car on the OZ wheels. Looks really nice. That's a great specification there. Like that quite a bit. This is the EQS. I think it's the edition 1 with the two-tone. This is actually a factory situation here. And yeah, I guess I first reviewed this car when I did the walk around was with an edition 1, which I've never seen in person. I don't know if the US actually got them. The car that I did the walk around with was a Euro spec car that was shipped over to the US. So perhaps it was just a Germany thing, but very interesting. Coming around here, you can see a Model S taxi charging up. How about that? The coolest thing. That's really quite neat. They have a different rear view mirror in that car. Not sure what's going on there. We have a car on the new Aero wheels. These are my friend Uli's wheels right here, which is very nice. And so definitely go to thenewaero.com if you're interested in those. More Teslas charging up, more Teslas over here. we have to run to go to some different events, so it's time, I think, to head out. And now you join me just across the street, DC fast charging up the highways. We're at 29%, doing roughly 90 kilowatts. Again, not the fastest charging car. Really exciting this morning to see some of the EV culture here in Europe. I think it's got to be a shock, a absolute shock to the large car makers here, Volkswagen, Audi, which is one group, of course. So Volkswagen Group, BMW, and Daimler, just to see this level of enthusiasm around Teslas and seeing so many Teslas here. The event was open to any electric car, not just Tesla vehicles, but 9 out of 10 cars there. 9 out of every 10 cars was a Tesla. It was quite exciting. Now, I'm sure that has to do with the community base, and a lot of people just drive electric cars here as normal transportation. But I have to say, impressive. Great to meet some viewers there. Great to see all of the cars. And the future is bright for electric mobility. The future is bright for modifications and personalization around electric mobility. And, you know, I didn't even plan on shooting a video until I woke up this morning. I'm like, maybe you guys would like to see this. So just a fun little trip over to see some cars, and more to come, more serious testing to come. But it was a great morning, great way to start a Saturday, a little cars and coffee, if you will. But now it's off to some lunch to film some more videos with a team of guys working on simulators for driver assistance testing. So the nerdy stuff is coming, and that'll be on future videos as time goes on. So thanks for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video. If you can't tell, I need some Starbucks. Can't really talk this morning. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.